Hi there. If you're a boomer and you really need some therapy, you came to the right spot. Join me for a little boomer therapy. Hello everyone, my name is Linda and I want to introduce you to a whole new type of therapy. It's called boomer therapy. And actually, I'm not a therapist. I'm a retired American history teacher. So I thought, what can I do with my extra time? And I decided what I need to do is do maybe a YouTube video, because my students are always talking about how they want to be stars of the YouTube and everything. And I thought, well, now that I have time, I thought maybe I would try it. The thing is, you've got to do something you're very passionate about. So I don't do snowboarding or anything like that. So my passion is American history, and I'm a baby boomer. So I thought by putting two of these together, I'm going to come up with a whole new boomer channel called Boomer Therapy. And together, we'll go through the fun things that we did, where we've been, where we're going. As we get older, we are still a very large population in the United States. And I thought, with all of the kind of negative stuff we were getting, kids rolling their eyes and saying, okay, boomer. And being a boomer is nothing to be ashamed of. Boomers should not be a negative vibe. It's a very cool vibe. We were cool people. We still are cool. But we also need to know that we've got 3 generations that are right behind us, and they are looking at us, and they depend on us. We're their parents, their grandparents, maybe great-grandparents. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to share some history, and I'm going to do what I know best, and that is give you some maybe my PowerPoint lessons that I'm really good, and we will share where we're going. Now, the thing is, I'm going to start off with introducing you to my assistant. My assistant's name is Gracie. She is a boomer in dog years. I call her my therapy dog, because she is always by my side. She's my little buddy. And I'm going to start off this video by doing an explanation on just who is a boomer and what are we compared to the other generation, Generation X and the millennials, and now Generation Z, and they've started all over with Generation Alpha. So I guess it's kind of like hurricanes. You just start all over again, and you start naming them with Greek letters, I guess. So stay tuned. Here we go. What is a baby boomer? The term baby boomer is used to describe someone born between 1945 and 1965. In fact, this generation is a substantial portion of the world's population and represents about 25% of the population of the U.S. Boomers, or I'm going to say we, are motivated when we feel valued and needed. So when we see the younger generation rolling their eyes and blowing us off by saying, okay, boomer, it hurts a little bit. That's why I think it's very important that we share our boomerographies with them, right? That's what I'm saying, my friends. The boomer generation happened due to the end of the Great Depression and World War II. Young men were coming back from the war, and a lot of the weddings that were put off due to the depression and the economy getting stronger caused kind of a perfect storm of sorts to create this many weddings and many children. As these babies were being born, Dr. Benjamin Spock wrote a kind of a handbook on baby and child care to help the new moms and the new dads. And it was focused mostly on mothers, on raising their little fellers and being very attentive and caring to their wants and their needs, and just using good old common sense. Our generation also became known as the me generation, earning especially a selfish reputation during the 70s and the 80s. We have had 4 boomer presidents from 1993 to 2021. 3 of them are born within a couple of months from each other in 1946. One born at the other end of the boomer spectrum in 1961. So I'm going to start with the oldest and end with the youngest. The first one I'm going to start with is going to be Donald Trump, president number 45. He was born in June of 1946. The next one, George W. Bush, in July of 1946. And then Bill Clinton, who was born in August of 1946, number 42. So these 3 presidents were born within 2 months of each other. Then our youngest of the boomers was Barack Obama. He was born in August of 1961. When the presidential election comes around in 2024, maybe we'll have a millennial. Some of the early millennials will be constitutionally old enough to run by 2024. So now let's turn from boomer politics to boomer celebrities. This is a kind of a short list of boomerlicious celebs that AARP put out. Does any of them shock you that they're boomers? The only one that I really didn't recognize was number 3 for the men. I found out later that he is Pierce Brosnan. I think that's how you say it. He was the Irish Bond, James Bond. Which one would you pick to win the Boomerlicious Award? I think I'm going to have to say, for me, for the men, George Clooney, and maybe Christy Brinkley for the girls. What do you think? Which one would you pick? Let me know down in the comments below. During the boom, approximately 76 million babies were born in the United States. The boom peaked about 1958. By January 1st, 2030, all boomers will be 65 and older. That means Medicare and Social Security. Why do you think that they're building so many Walgreens and CVS's on all the corners and really hip assisted living facilities, along with a ton of commercials on walk-in bathtubs? Well, boomers, we have driven popular culture for so long. And in fact, it seems like Generation X has been in our shadows for most of their lives. And you can see why we might be getting some major eye rolling going on. So it's time to step back and chill out and enjoy our golden years. Let the youngsters shine. Another generation is going to be loud and proud and larger than our baby boom generation, and that is going to be the millennials. They are right now the best educated group. They are techno savvy. They're also family oriented, and they think that mature generation is cool. Man, you just gotta love them. So for you youngsters who are still rolling your eyes, you got to remember that us, the baby boomer generation, we were the radicals of the 60s and 70s and the yuppies of the 80s. And we are the ones that were born into rock and roll. We are the ones that we were influenced by civil rights, Vietnam War, the sexual revolution. And so we had a great big part of things that the younger generation take as normal and everyday occurrences that we actually worked very hard for, through protesting and bringing this to people's attention. So we worked hard, and now that we have gotten older, it's a little tougher on us because we are used to being so much a part and controlling of society and where it's going. Because we are still quite a large group, we still can be in control on how we treat the generations that are coming up and how we leave our mark on this world, and that we weren't the ones that tried to destroy it for the generations that are coming up. So if you like this video, please, if you would just down below, if you would like it and then subscribe, that would be so awesome. And if you will ring the bell, then you will know when my next YouTube will come up. So this is my first one. I got through it and I'm ready to work on number 2. And my number 2 is going to be, we're going to take a look at 1955. Peace out.